channel name Angel Rachel Powell. Subscribe my channel and like my channel. Like and subscribe channel name Angel Rachel Powell. I ran away from home and it was terrifying. Hi, my name is Catherine. All started when the most popular girl in my class, Ellie, was having a party on Saturday night. Everyone was going and I couldn't believe that she had been invited to. She lived in a huge house with a pool and her parents had let her invite 200 people. I was nervous about telling my mom this was too, and I knew she didn't take Ellie. She was a bad influence, but I was 15. I could take care of myself. My mom and I have always argued a lot as she will never back down from indecision, but I was going to this party. I told her mine, even me bursting into tears. Like I said, my mom will not budge. When she has said no, a huge argument followed. I was screaming at my mom and she was shouting back at me. I was so sick and frustrated of her trying to control my life and treating me like a little girl. I was angry as that I'd ever been. She was ruining my life without thinking. When she stopped at some traffic lights, I picked MP my school bag, opened the door and ran. When I was few miles away, I started walking. I sat on a bench for a while thinking. I hadn't really had any plans, so I wasn't sure what to do. Now I decided I would stay away for the night. Then by the morning my moon would be so sorry that she had let me go to the party. I already had 6 missed calls for my mom, but I didn't call back. She deserved it. It was much darker outside now, and a few drunk people showed things at me from the bars as I walked past. I didn't feel comfortable anymore as it was getting closer to midnight. The odds that I'd felt earlier was disappearing. I decided that maybe I would head home and just sit here in my house, so I felt safe, but everywhere looked different in the dark and I wasn't sure where things were. I'd been using my phone as a torch, but then the battery ran out. I was trying not to panic, try not to think about what could be hiding in the shadows. An article that I had read recently popped into my head about a girl who had been abducted and murdered walking alone at night. Suddenly I was terrified and started running. The street was deserted apart from a parked car ahead of me, and as I got closer I could see someone sat in the driver's seat watching me. As I passed the car, they opened the door. I screamed and fled down the road, not knowing where I was anymore. Tripped over something scraping my hands and knees, but I got up and just kept running, my heart pounding, whimpering in fear. I ran and ran. Boo.
Like and subscribe, but then something grabbed my arm. I screamed again and writhed and kicked the person until I realized that it was my mom. She had been the person in the car out looking for me. She took me inside and looked at me and we both cried. She told me I had worried her so much, and I could see in her eyes that I had never seen my mom look like that before. She told me I could go to the party if it mattered that much to me, but I said I wasn't sure that I wanted to. All I wanted was to be with my mom. I felt so glad to be with her, but so ashamed that I had seared her. I had to rift myself that night, and I will never do something so reckless again. If you have any crazy stories, please share in the comments below, and if you like the story, hit the like button and subscribe so you can see our future stories. Subscribe our channel name Angel Rachel.